January is very widely known as a month that all horror movies come to die. So when M3GAN was announced to be coming out in January, the beginning of January nonetheless, I think we were all a little bit worried. But M3GAN has done something a little different than all of the other horror movies that have come out in January in the fact that it's actually good. This movie is so much fun, you guys. As someone who is a fan of *Malignant* and really appreciated the tone that it brought, when I first heard that we were getting a horror movie in the same vein as *Malignant*, but this one starring an AI doll, I was sold. Jason Blum with Blumhouse and James Wan with Atomic Monster combined forces to give us M3GAN, the movie that everyone has been talking about for the past few months. As much as I liked it and really enjoyed it, I'm ready to move that conversation onto something else. But let's move on to the reason why you guys are all here. Let's dive deep and talk about what I really thought of M3GAN. After unexpectedly gaining custody of her niece Katie, Gemma, a roboticist at a toy company, enlists the help of M3GAN, short for Model 3 Generative Android, a decision that has horrific consequences when the doll becomes self-aware. This movie stars Allison Williams as Gemma, who you might recognize from Get Out, and Violet McGraw, who you might recognize from Haunting of Hill House. Although all of the marketing surrounding this movie leaned heavily on that campy, fun, unexpected vibe that M3GAN brings, the director, Gerard Johnstone, really wanted to make it clear that it was first and foremost a horror movie. And honestly, what is more horrifying and relevant than an AI that becomes self-aware? Allison Williams really brings such a dry humor to her character, who really is somebody who has never even thought about what it would be like to raise a child. And what does she do? She adapts the way that she has always adapted, and that's by using her intelligence to create something that will fix the problem, or that what she thinks will fix the problem. Something that I really enjoyed and what I thought they did well was the explanation behind the AI and the technology and how Gemma created M3GAN. So as somebody who has never thought about that stuff a day in my life, I thought that it was explained really well. I thought Violet McGraw as Katie did a fantastic job portraying a little girl who just lost her parents and has been thrown in the mix of living with somebody she hasn't really spent a lot of time with and someone who clearly doesn't know how to take care of a child. And although at first glance you may look at this movie and say, hey, it was a really cool surface level theater experience. And while I do agree with some of that, I think it goes way deeper in the fact that it's referencing modern day parenting techniques of just throwing an iPad at a child and letting that entertain it for however long instead of the parent actually spending time with the child. We all know I love movies that have a little bit of social commentary in there, and I just think M3GAN does it really well and picks a topic that isn't portrayed heavily in horror movies, and I think that's really cool. Moving on to the title character herself, M3GAN. Oh my god. Icon, instant icon. Annabelle who? Her walking into the house with the sunglasses on, taking off the sunglasses.
Camp.
I also really appreciated the approach they took with M3GAN. So she was played by actress Amy Donald, and then they later went in and kind of roboticized some of her movements, smoothed over her skin, made those eyes nice and large. M3GAN, what's your skincare routine? Drop it in the comments. I need that skincare routine. Let me address the elephant in the room really quick. Yes, this has virtually the same exact plotline as a 2019 Child's Play remake. And while I did enjoy that movie, I think M3GAN just did it a million times better. Of course, it's not a perfect movie by any means. I did have a few gripes with some of the acting. I felt like the cast wasn't cohesive on a tonal level. I think some of them maybe went too dry with it or too outright or just, I don't know what they were trying to go for, but it didn't really work very well. And when you watch the movie, I'm sure you will know exactly the character that I'm talking about. I don't know if that was intentional, but yeah, weird. The last thing that I wanted to talk about is the rating. M3GAN is rated PG-13, and when we got the first trailer, it looked like we were gonna get a rated R movie. We looked like we were gonna get a little bit more blood, a little bit more kills on the screen, because while in M3GAN, yes, there are some kills, the majority of them happen off screen and we don't really get to see that. As someone who is a firm believer in the fact that you don't need an R rating for a movie to be scary, I do feel like M3GAN really held itself back and limited their possibilities in blood and gore, but only to make it more fun. Like, we all saw *Malignant*, right? You know that jail cell scene. Imagine if they would have kind of brought those elements to M3GAN. I think it would have just been like a top of the year for me already, and it's only January. That being said, I do understand the reasoning why they made it PG-13, and that's because the message is very important and they wanted younger kids to be able to see the movie, and I understand that. At the end of the day, you guys, I really enjoyed this movie. I think it's such a great theater experience. Bring your friends, sit back, relax, and have a good time. Just enjoy the movie. Let me know what you guys thought. Have you seen it yet? Are you gonna go see it? Did this review change your mind one way or another? Let me know below, and thank you guys so much for watching as always. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up, but if you really want to make my day, just click that subscribe button and join us next time. Thanks again, you guys. Stay creepy.